I blocked my mother after she tried to replace my daughter. I have spent my entire life being my mother's emotional support system. My father left before I was born, and it was always just the two of us against the world. She never let me forget that. Every choice I made, from where I went to college to the car I bought, had to pass her inspection. When I got pregnant with my daughter Maya, at 22, my mother acted like I had committed a personal crime against her. She told me I was ruining our perfect life. Maya is 14 now. She is quiet, loves digital art, and has a very dry sense of humor. For years, my mother has treated Maya like a temporary guest in our lives. She would make comments about how much easier things were before the house got crowded. Last month, my mother lost her job and her apartment. She told me she was moving in. I thought she meant the guest room in the basement. I was wrong. I came home from my shift at the hospital on Tuesday and found a mountain of black trash bags on the curb. I recognized the stickers on one of them. It was Maya's collection of vintage concert posters. I ran inside, my heart hammering against my ribs. The house smelled like heavy floral perfume and lemon bleach. I walked into the kitchen and saw my mother. She was humming, standing at the stove, stirring a pot of soup. She had replaced the framed drawing Maya made for my birthday with a professional portrait of me from my high school graduation. I asked her where Maya was. My mother didn't even look up. She told me she sent Maya to her cousin Sarah's house for a few weeks. She said that since she was moving into the upstairs suite, Maya would be much more comfortable in a house with other kids. Sarah lives 3 towns away. I told her that Maya has school. I told her that this is Maya's home. My mother just set a bowl of soup on the table and patted the seat next to her. She told me to sit down and stop being hysterical. She said she had spent the afternoon deep cleaning Maya's room. She called it our new hobby room. She said she was going to put her sewing machine where Maya's desk used to be. I ran upstairs to Maya's room. It was hollow. The lavender walls were already being prepped with white primer. Her bed was stripped. Her computer, her tablet, and her sketchbooks were gone. My mother followed me up the stairs, leaning against the doorframe with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. She told me she had donated most of Maya's baggy clothes because they were unflattering. She said we were going to start fresh, just like the old days. I called Maya. Her phone went straight to voicemail. I called Sarah. Sarah told me she hadn't heard from my mother in months and that Maya wasn't there. The panic was a physical weight in my chest. I turned to my mother and asked her exactly what she said to my daughter. My mother shrugged. She told me she explained to Maya that I was stressed and that I needed my mother more than I needed a rebellious teenager right now. She said Maya took it well. She said Maya just packed a bag and walked toward the bus stop. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I felt a cold, sharp clarity I have never felt in 36 years. I told my mother to get her coat. She thought we were going out to celebrate her move. She chatted the whole way about how we should go to the spa this weekend. I drove her to a long-term stay motel near the highway. I walked into the lobby, paid for 2 weeks up front with my credit card, and handed her the key card. She stared at it like it was a poisonous snake. She asked me what I was doing. I told her that she was never stepping foot in my house again. I told her that if she ever spoke to my daughter again, I would file for a restraining order. She started her usual routine. She told me I was ungrateful. She said she sacrificed her youth for me. She told me I would be nothing without her. I just walked back to my car and drove away while she was still shouting at me in the parking lot. I found Maya 2 hours later. She was sitting in the 4-hour diner near her school, staring at a cold order of fries. She looked small. She looked like she had been crying for hours but had run out of tears. She told me Grandma told her that I had signed the papers to give her up to a group home because I couldn't handle the financial burden anymore. My mother had even shown her a fake document she'd printed off the internet. I brought Maya home. We spent the rest of the night pulling her things out of the trash bags on the curb. Most of it was ruined by the rain, but we saved the posters. The next morning, the messages started. My mother sent 84 texts in 3 hours. They went from apologies to threats to guilt trips about her health. She called my workplace. She called my ex-husband. She told everyone I had elder abused her and left her for dead. I didn't read them. I went into the hobby room and started scrubbing the white primer off the lavender walls. Maya sat on the floor, helping me clean the lemon bleach scent out of the carpet. I blocked my mother on everything. I changed the locks and installed a security camera on the front porch. 2 days ago, she showed up. I watched her on my phone screen. She stood there for 10 minutes, knocking softly, then harder, then eventually kicking the door and screaming my name. Maya looked at the monitor and then looked at me. She asked if we were going to open it. I told her no. I told her that the person at the door was a stranger. We went back to the kitchen and made dinner together. The house was quiet. It wasn't our old life, and it wasn't the life my mother wanted. It was finally just ours.